This is John from MTG Nexus doing a short deck tech on a deck of a friend of mine, Miguel Chavez, I do believe is his correct name, Mac12 something something on MTGO. He's on quite a run lately. He got a 5-0 in a league with this deck. He also got a top 2 in a challenge. He also got top 4 in a PTQ. Pretty impressive stuff for this deck's lineage, so to speak. As far as this deck, it is a take on Boros Prowess with a little bit different tertiary threat and a little bit different build to go with that tertiary threat. While a lot of lists have focused in on with early Boros Prowess testing, mine was focused on Kiln Fiend, other people's was focused more on Abbot of Carol Keep. One or two people asked me about what about Dreadhorde Arcanist. Well, personally, I haven't found Dreadhorde Arcanist in this kind of shell to be good. I find it better in like the Young Pyromancer, Dreadhorde Arcanist shells that you would see in the Historic format, Pioneer format. You know, a Thoughtseize Inquisition deck that leads into playing Arcanist to flashing it back, keeping it alive, kind of snowballing. It's kind of card advantage attrition game. Not necessarily what I would consider more combo-oriented or more aggressive slanted deck. Mac disagrees, and he has the results to prove it. Hopefully we'll be able to give his deck its due diligence, even if it's not necessarily the style of how I would build Boros Prowess, but you know, lineage speaks for itself. Someone who hasn't played a ton of Magic, and he managed to top 2 a challenge and top 4 a PTQ with a pretty sweet brew. Dreadhorde Arcanist, 1 in a red, basically whenever it attacks, you flashback a spell, convert with its less equal to its power, so hence the emphasis on 1-drops. You're not playing things like Boros Charm and that kind of stuff, like we played in our deck. But Mutagenic Growth does, if you cast it on Dreadhorde Arcanist the turn it attacks, allows you to flash back even a layup a stage. So there is quite a bit of utility you get with this. Also, taking more advantage of the Lurrus package by playing 4 copies of Mishra's Bauble. Doesn't trigger Clever Luminancer, but is a nice thing to play with your Lurrus. Gives you a little bit of card advantage in some grindier games. So, a little bit more of a grindy edge to this deck than the versions that I was playing. Obviously, Clever Luminancer, very strong 1-drop when you can play it early. Terrible top deck in the mid game, but still a threat nevertheless your opponent has to respect. Crash Through, very powerful card in this deck. Allows your creatures to not get chump blocked fairly well. Lava Dart, Prowess staple. Bolt, obviously one of the best 1-drop spells in the format. Swiftspear and Soulscar Mage, rounding out the thing, as well as 4 copies of Mutagenic Growth. Mutagenic Growth obviously protects your creatures from bolts, allows your creatures to grow bigger in combat, just allows you to pile on the damage for basically the cost of 2 life, which isn't trivial in some matchups, but sometimes protecting your things from a bolt is that much important. And obviously with Dreadhorde Arcanist, as we already said, allows you to pile on a significant amount of damage. 4 copies of Manamorphose, don't leave home without them when you're playing Prowess, basically. And then 4 copies of Layup the Stage, and what effectively amounts to a mono-red Prowess deck, splashing Clever Luminancer in the main deck. So that's it for the main deck. Sideboard, or as far as the lands, 18 lands, which is kind of fair for most of these Prowess decks, especially when you're effectively running 4 Mishra's Bauble, 4 Crash Through, 4 Manamorphose, 4 Layup the Stage. Lots of cantrips, plenty of opportunities to see plenty of lands. Sideboard also gets things a little bit interesting. Mac decided to go with Tormod's Crypts over something like Soul Guide Lantern, which is an interesting one. Obviously, this is a 0-mana artifact, allows you to repeatedly bomb Dredge. 4 copies of Path to Exile. Gotta kill the big dudes, gotta kill the shadows, gotta kill the Tarmogoyfs, etc. Which outside of Crash Through, you don't have a ton of ways to punch through. 4 copies of Core Firewalker, obviously expecting quite a bit of Prowess, expecting quite a bit of Burn, etc. And Revoke Existence is the most interesting one. So, this is an exile target artifact or enchantment, and it's a sorcery speed. Okay, why would you play this over Rip Apart, Smash to Smithereens, Wear Tear, the other options available in Burn? Obviously, Rip Apart, the new one, allows you to also target creatures, and does share the sorcery speed drawback. Well, the answer, Heliod's on ground. Heliod is considered by most modern pundits to be the top tier deck in the format. So you need an answer to Heliod, as that is like the centerpiece of the deck. Generally, it's actually very hard to get off the board unless it's in creature form when you can like path it or something. So being able to play a sorcery speed answer to it, while it kind of sucks, at least gives you an out without playing a specific card like Deicide. This is also a card you can bring in against like Ley Lines or Chalices or any of that nonsense as well, but is a card that hard targets Heliod, and that is definitely, I'm almost 100% positive why Mac had this as his sideboard disenchant effect of choice. So that's it. Let's get into some matches and see how this deck does. Okay, we're back for first match in the Miniatures Series qualifying this month. This hand seems a little bit dubious, but I think we'll keep it. Only dubious because of the 1 mana, basically. Looking aggressively, so Tron or Dredge most likely, or some other type of combo nonsense. Not even going to use the do I bobble here and give up a point of damage simply to hopefully hit a land drop? Okay, so Heliod combo possibly. Oh, Boggles. Yay. All the wonderful BS decks to run into. Sure. Sure. So can I kill from here? 2, 4, 8. 2, 4, 8. I don't know that I can kill from here is the problem. This represents 2 damage, 4 damage, 7, 8. I think I just set up for next turn. Sure. So we're going to steal game 1 from Boggles, which is no small. Alright, sideboarding against Boggles, revoke existence seems pretty reasonable. Path is good only against Core Firewalker. Possible I'm supposed to board out some of the burn spells instead, just because they're likely to bring in Leyline. Hey, look, a new lander. Can we keep a 6-lander with revoke existence? I don't think so. Alright, I mean, I guess we're keeping this one. Back Lava Dart and Lava Dart. Alright, Luminancer's a reasonable draw, I guess. Kind of hard on low resources to get terribly far. Too bad we don't have one of those lava darts, right? Pass the turn. Yeah. So, +3, +6, +9. I don't think we can quite kill them this turn. No, I did. Sure. Alright, well, we tried. So they bring in Deafening Silence against us. Does that really change? Guess I'd love to play first. Does this hand do enough? I guess. So opponent either kept a 1-lander or needed a green source on 1. Alright, that's unfortunate. Sure. Alright, well, we're in a world of trouble. And we're dead. Good old Boggles. Alright, see you for the next match.